Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Ploto Podcast. We are on episode 2 with a very special guest, a new friend of mine. We got Pho from 2489 and a multitude of kingdoms, I believe. So, Pho, let's introduce yourself. Give us a little bit of introduction.
Hello everyone. Thank you for having me here. So I think I've been around for a while. So my account name is Bug. I'm from 2489, and right now we are in KvK with 1846 and 1175. So yeah, that's pretty much about me. I think that's not much.
That's a really humble introduction. What's your role in 2489 for those that do not know?
I'm actually like the second king, like an advisor to Arvix.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. So advisor to Arvix being like, how many accounts does Arvix have in 2489? I feel like this guy has 1 million accounts over there. But yeah, you guys have been holding it down in 2489. How long have you been there now? Like it's been like a year now, right? A year and a half? 2?
I think I've been here for this would be my 5th KvK.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
fifth. Yeah, that's over a year.
over a year
and a
now.
half. Yeah, but it was fun though. I think it was the right decision.
Yeah. So let's talk about the history then. Let's talk about where you've been in the past and kind of like your rise of Kingdom's journey and how you got to this point. When did you start playing?
I started playing a long time actually. When 2000, I think 2019. I think around there. I remember it was during COVID time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I started around COVID as well. I think it's like 2020 is like the year of COVID. So I'm looking at your account now. 414 million power, 284 million deads, 47 billion KP. So like, what kingdom do you start off with? Like, give us a little bit of a timeline with how you ended up in 2489 here.
So my very first account, I started like with a brand new account in 1604. That's when I made a new account, and then I just kind of started there, and I got T5 and all that stuff, and I played KvK1 there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I migrated to 16 and 12 with some of my friends. I'm not sure you remember her, Lily, and actually in 16 and 12 I played with a lot of people, and then I moved to 1556.
Yeah, that's where I know you from. I know you from 1556.
Yeah, I think that's what from. I think that's where people started to notice me more when I got to 556, because we had a lot of big KvKs.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that I ended up in 2489.
Gotcha.
And then now, yeah. So basically I've been around with 4 kingdom. Yeah, 4 kingdom.
I mean, with how long you've played, it's not that many, to be honest. Like, you've been pretty in your roots in the kingdoms that you go to. And I know you have other accounts in other kingdoms too. Like, where else are you playing instead of 2489, if I may ask?
Right now I have another account in 2975.
2975. Yeah, I remember seeing you in Osiris League. That's why I'm like, hey, is this the real Pho in 2975?
I was playing in their OL team.
Yeah. Great. I guess like one question is like, how's 2489? Give us a rundown of how the kingdom runs, because I've heard rumors about going down to one alliance from two? Like, how was it structured before, and like how is it structured now? Is I guess is my question.
Well, I guess we have to go to like from when I first moved to 2489.
Mm-hmm.
From 556, because at that time the Imperium level was actually a bit higher,
Yeah,
so it was
yeah.
easier to get people in. So we were planning to have two alliances after a few seasons.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but with the game changing and how Lilith is moving toward many more kingdom and lower Imperium,
Yeah,
we starting to realize that we cannot having two alliances is too much to handle, because migration is getting harder, and we don't want to ask people to delete troops and to just to fill up the alliance. So we decided
gotcha.
to go. Yeah, so we did. Yeah, we decided to go with a single alliance, and I think it makes the matchmaking a bit more easier on the kingdom too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely been a trend, right? Where I feel like the Imperium floor has been dropping like crazy. Where, like you talk about COVID, when the kingdoms were in COVID, you would have four alliance kingdoms regularly, and they wouldn't even be Imperium. And then now, like you go up to two alliances, and all of a sudden you're one of the biggest kingdoms in the game. So, um,
Yeah.
it's been kind of crazy. And as you talk about with matchmaking, like we saw, I had 1254 with or X 1254 current 2605 with Rez and Cortex on, and they were talking about their struggles in 2604. I mean, not 2604, 1254, not finding a match, and that ended up killing their KDs. I guess this is like preempting that so that you could find a match, or is that like the reasoning behind the one alliance?
I think because you know how there's a new kingdom coming out all the time.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, so that's why I think that Lilith they want more people to spread out, because they don't want to have too many dead server. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
So that's why they have to make the kingdom smaller. So that's why the people spread out. But I think that's a good thing anyway, because we've been around this game for a long time, and before it usually just the big kingdom, like 556, 1846, 1254, 1093, 365, like those big kingdom fighting each other all the time. Now I feel like we will have more chances to fight other kingdoms.
Yeah. I think the one kingdom that is still in that mold, that archetype that didn't downsize yet is actually 1093. With their like 3 to 4 alliances, it's instead of that, like everyone's been downsizing. 1365 down to 2 alliances, I believe. 1846, I'm not too sure where they're at with their alliances, but it's definitely been a trend. Do you think it's because of the domain system? Like, how do you feel about the domain system? If I may ask, like, what's your opinion? I guess match made in this KvK, because I've never experienced it. There's been like positive and negatives. I guess I want to get your thoughts on that.
I think it's fair. It make the I mean, it's the bigger kingdom, like will be limited on the farm and on the accounts that they can use in the KvK.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it just make the KvK or the matchmaking a little bit more fair, and the game experience a little bit better. I
Okay.
mean, for me it's still the same. Like you go in and you try to win the KvK
Yeah.
the best way you can. It's
Yeah.
just the main thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've definitely heard some pros and some cons. Some cons being the tier 2 or domain 2 and domain 3s, where like for the lower seeds in those KvKs, like they don't really get a full KvK. But I could definitely see the pros in this situation. If it helps matchmaking, then for sure. Talking about matchmaking, I guess we could go ahead and. Do you have anything else you want to bring up about 2489? Any inside scoops or any? What's the funniest story, I guess, from 2489 in your time there, or like the best moment so far in your time?
A most funny story would be the last OL that we used one of our farm alliances that we but we were planning to use one of the main alliance to win the OL, but the Korean team, they was actually they was the better team, so they won the OL with the farmer line. So all of us were laughing. It was like how farmer line have a OL flags.
Oh yeah,
It's pretty.
I remember that because you guys had like your OL teams are crazy, right? You had four, I believe, four Osiris League teams in
Yeah, we have four in the top eight.
top eight, and they were all in the
Yeah,
same bracket. Like you guys were fighting against each other, right? On the
yeah.
left side
We,
of the
we, we were
bracket.
basically fighting each other to get to the final.
Yeah, like you fought each other
Yeah,
in quarters, semis, and then yeah,
yeah.
the blackjack guys. I'm guessing that's the Korean people in your KD. Like they definitely showed out.
Yeah. I mean, 2489 is a pretty good running system because in KvK we are very organized actually because Arvix he actually a very good king. He spent a lot of time planning with we also have another person that helped a lot. His name is Lung and also Eva. Like
Mm.
we have a lot of people that that spend a lot of time that doing the KvK planning.
Looking at their account, spend a lot of money as well. My goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Arvix is pretty awesome, guys. It's a good thing. I guess the good thing about 2489 is that I guess that we are like kind of like a family because a lot. I think 50% of the alliance we know each other actually in real life. Like we actually have upline and we actually go and have
Oh.
yeah, we actually have offline. We actually go have dinner, drink, and we recently had one very big offline before the new year.
Oh wow. So like
Yeah,
most of the leadership, I guess, is from Vietnam. Then is that?
yeah. Most of the leaders we run we are mostly Asian. We have Vietnamese and a lot of Korean leaders. Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I remember
Mhm.
watching the Osiris League. I don't know if you saw it on Rise of Kingdoms, where they were interviewing the 2489 team from Grand Prix, and
Yes.
like I saw them like in the shop, just literally like talking and playing Osiris League
Yeah.
together in person. I'm like, this is like essentially like a gamer house, like esports level type of esports level
No,
type of dedication, where
we
like
have we have we have a very good OL system also like we have our Korean instructor
mhm.
for OL and they actually they are amazing. They are amazing for the for OL because I actually learned a lot playing with them. So 2489 that's why I think it is a great kingdom is we built for both KvK and NOL. So I think it's pretty well organized to me.
Mhm. I remember last podcast when we were doing the blind rankings, Ruz and Cortex definitely rated you guys super high, where they were actually disappointed when they had to rank you third in that blind ranking. So yeah, there's definitely some good stuff being built over in 2489. Um, I guess one of the questions that I've been getting, I don't know if you could touch on this, like there's rumors that Baba is leaving. Is that 'cause
Yeah, he actually leaving tomorrow.
oh, okay, okay.
Yes,
Yeah. So I heard he's going to a older or newer
thirty
KD.
two
Mm-hmm.
3281.
3281. And that's like
Yes.
a Turkish project. So I'm guessing it's cordial
Yeah.
terms. He's been here a while, came with you in 1556. Just trying to
No,
play
I
with some
actually
friends.
me and Baba we go way back. We've been
Mm.
together for like 3 years, but it's okay. If we still friends,
Yeah.
he wants to go play with new adventure, it's fine.
For
If we
sure.
see, I mean, it's a game. It's Rise of Kingdom is a small game. We will see each other's KvK or something.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. So there you go. That's I guess like the Grand Prix. Like I want to bring that up because um you guys won 2489. There's this huge drama going on with 960. What was your perspective as I know you weren't directly involved in said drama because like the team was in your KD, but doesn't mean you're exactly like I guess like what's your perspective of like what happened in in that matchup against 960 and the 2489 team?
I think it was. I think honestly, I think both team are a great team. So they to be able to make it to the final for Grand Bricks is takes a lot of dedication and a lot of commitment because I actually was in one of the team for Grand Bricks too, and
Mm-hmm.
we did a lot of practice, but then we couldn't even get to the top eight. So I know, so I know the commitment and the the level of harness that they have to engage.
Mm-hmm.
So I think from my perspective that for that matchup, both team they did great, and then it's just a simple mistake from one person, and then the drama was back and forth. But after all that, they played the match again, and it was a good match, and luckily for 89 won, and I was very happy when that happened. When it was a pretty good moment actually. We was all watching it live, and
Oh,
we
that
was all
that's
like,
that's super fun.
yeah,
Yeah, just
yeah,
watching it
we was
live as
very
a
happy.
KD. I'm
Yeah,
looking at 89 CG Grand Prix with your banner that has on the farm account. But yeah,
yeah,
that's gonna be really interesting because you guys now in this future Osiris League season are now both in Anubis. So we'll get to see more matchups for sure between the two teams. It's
what's special about 2489 is that it's like a small fun fact about
mhm.
us is that not a lot of people know this, but if you really think about it, we are the only kingdom that have two OL flags.
I guess yeah, technically because they're in two different alliances.
Yeah, there's no other. There's only, I mean, there's kingdom that won OL like 1960. They won the OL with the same alliance, but we won
Yeah,
the OL with two.
with
We
two
have
different
it,
alliances. So
it,
that's
it's pretty fun. It's like a little fun fact about us.
yeah. There you go. The only kingdom with two Osiris League flags is crazy because you didn't stack them with how well the blackjack guys came in. Um, like I guess like my question is in the composition of your kingdom because like I feel like there's like 3 or 4 kingdoms that everyone migrates to. Like when you hear about migration, 2489 seems to always get a merger in some way, shape, or form. Maybe with I think you guys had 1021 for example. Like is like who's in the one alliance right now? Is it a lot of the 1021 guys? Is it um
Mm, actually, everybody there are from everywhere, but now we are one
mhm.
big family.
Yeah, yeah. For sure. Like I think integrating groups into kingdoms is definitely really important for like oh no, it's not, me and these people,
we
it's
are
us in this kingdom, right? So
we are waiting for you and Black Panther, man. We need some more. We need some more European people. We are actually looking for European members. So if you guys are looking for a good time, come to 2489. We are looking to drop Imperium after this KvK.
mhm. Yeah, there you go. Migration. I swear, Pho, like you made it as a Rise of Kingdoms player, when Fuzz in your DMs trying to get you to 2489, it's like when you made it to the upper echelon
So
of Rise of
I'm a friendly
Kingdoms.
guy. I'm a really friendly person. I talk to a lot of people. Like I try to reply to most of my messages, but most of the time I'm busy too. So I'm not
Yeah.
lately. I'm very busy because the life after COVID now
Yeah. Everything's opening up,
and now,
so you're back to in person and all that kind of. I feel you. I feel
yeah,
you.
and I'm getting an age and I'm getting older too. I'm not young when I started the game anymore.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're all aging. By the way, why'd you stop streaming? Like, what happened to the Fuzz stream? Just too busy?
Yeah, I had to, but I was too busy, and then
Mm,
I could not I could not keep up with the content. 'Cause I think you have to like stream every day, and so now I need to be with my family more.
gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. I feel you.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm getting zeroed by Pro, and Alex with the 11 months says, "Fa, take Black Panther, please." Panther said, "I'm coming now. Open door in 5 mins, or I want everyone to know you didn't let me in." Yeah, open the door during KvK. Panther sounds like sounds like a plan. talk about KvK. This is a big topic that people, I guess, wanted to know. Um,
Yeah.
like what happened in the Diplo? I guess like for a rundown, I'm gonna say my understanding of the KvK situation, and then feel free to correct me after, like with what's happening. Um, what I've been told is like there's a disagreement within the allies where you and 1365 wanted to ally, but then I'm guessing the opponents didn't like that matchup, or like what exactly happened in that situation where now I think I'm not too sure if this might just be rumors. I just heard it. I didn't hear it exactly from the kingdom. So whenever I don't hear it straight out of the kingdom's mouths, like I want to disclose with this is just what I heard on the streets. You know what I mean? But I heard that 1316 and 1846 like they're chilling this KvK, or like what's in the latest news right now.
Um. Well, let's start with the Diplo. I think the Diplo was pretty straightforward to me because um from we ally with we chose last actually you have to go to last KvK, you know,
Yeah, yeah,
because the last KvK we allied with we could have allied with Cam because Cam wanted to ally with 2489.
yeah.
I'm talking about last KvK, but we chose we wanted to ally with 1365 and they chose us. So
Hmm.
the result we lost that KvK because the Water Cam and all the kingdom they did very well. And so this KvK actually we did not plan, like we instant register and 365 they skip, you know.
Oh,
And we got a no match found, like we didn't plan to register with 365 or anything. I actually didn't
okay.
even know. Yeah, I didn't even know they register until like later because I didn't pay attention much. And then and then into Diplo, it was kind of like we allied before, so we just wanted to ally again because
It's like run it back kind of
it,
deal.
yeah, it was because to us it was kind of like simple. It's just kind of like, oh, it's the same kingdom except for we don't have 1188. We're basically it's the same kingdom. We say it's like, oh, we might as well do the the rematch and run it back. And then 1846 they didn't like the matchup because I think it was imbalanced. But
Mhm.
I'm not sure if I'm not sure about the imbalance, but I think that because there is 16, there you go, 1316 in the
Mhm.
king in the 1846 camp.
Mhm.
And that kingdom they actually have 9 star already, so they are to me, if you have 9 star you are a proven kingdom. So together with 1846, even though 1846 they did downside, but we downside too, you know. So 18, we only had one alliance. We went from two to one alliance,
1365
and
also downsized within the
yeah,
your I don't
yeah,
know.
365, 365. They have like a 1.5 alliance. So basically, to us, it was like a more balanced. Like if we add, it was like one of the few KvK that 24. Like actually, it was like this, bro. Like all but my KvK it's always been me. It's always been us. You know, trying to like okay, ally with me, please. Like back for allies and stuff.
Mhm.
But this KvK, it was like we was like okay, like we can have like the key of the equation. Like we could ally with whoever, and it could it would make the KvK landslide because I don't think it would make either way. I don't think it would be balanced because even if we let's say if 2489 allied with Wardacam, which is
Okay,
1846 and
let me
13.
let me bring up your map real quick for context. So
Yeah,
we have we have 1365 in this KvK in Fire Camp. We have 1175 in the top right in Earth Camp. We have 2489 in Wind Camp in the bottom right, and 1316 and 1846 in the bottom left. So the
yeah.
matchup right now is Fire and Wind. Like what were the what were the proposed matchups in Diplo? I guess is a good question to start with.
The with the proposed there was only three options
Mm-hmm.
for this KvK. It's either top versus bottom,
Mm-hmm.
uh, bottom versus top, or diagonal.
Mm.
Because it would have been impossible if 2489 and 1175 was allied. If it east versus west, it would have been impossible for us to win. It's not because 111075 or 2489 is weak. It because it's just unbalanced that way. So that's not that wasn't been an option. So there were three options threw on the table, and we thought about it, but then the main reason why is because the last KvK during the last KvK we 2489 and 365. Like when you fight KvK together with an ally, you guys build like a bond. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you kind of like respect them, and they respect us, you know because we both gave our hardest, and saved king of 365.
1365. Yeah.
Yes, he was impressed with how they dedicated our team, because actually before the KvK started, I told Save that if you ally with 2489, we will be the best ally that you ever have.
Oh
you
wow.
know
That's a big
yeah, and
with the history of
yeah,
1365, that's a big statement for sure.
yeah, and then hopefully they felt that way. I really hope so. But then Safe told me that they were very impressed with us and everything. And then in the last KvK they helped us in the end to get the RCF reward, which was like the one coin, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't even get one. So that this is like a kind of like I owe you and you owe us, and then and not like it was like a bond between
Okay.
us. Yeah, so when we got like, and people that like people saying that we pre-ally, I swear to you, I didn't even know 365 register. Like I seriously did not know that 365 registered the KvK. And I we actually instant register after the last KvK. We wanted to go into the last pop, but then we got no match found, and then we ended up in this pop.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So
let me recap what you were saying just to make sure it's kind of clear, like the timelines and all that stuff. Like the reason why the pre-ally situation, or I guess accusations in a way, are untrue is because you didn't even plan on going into this KvK pop. You wanted to go in the pop before, and
yeah, we
then
we we, we
yeah.
instant register. Yes.
Yeah. So, and then the reason why in this matchup you wanted to ally with 1365 is because you had a previous working relationship with them, and it's kind of tough, right? Where this KvK is essentially like a rematch of last KvK, just removing 1188 and the kingdoms attached to them. 1188 and 1079, right? And then 1175 was actually part of that water camp last KvK as well, if I remember correctly, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah, that's an interesting situation where you guys just wanted to work with each other, but I guess like at the same rates, 1846 is the odd man out in this situation. We're not feeling the same way with 1175 in that past KvK, or and that's why like what's the current situation in this KvK? Like is it is Water Camp sitting out at the
Uh,
KvK? Is Earth Camp still
no,
fighting, or
actually,
like I heard it's a
no, no,
2v1v1 or something.
no, actually, it's two v. It could be actually like the way the map works. It doesn't really matter into Kingsland.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because everybody will make it to Kingsland. You cannot
Yeah.
lock anybody.
Oh, that's true.
And
I never seen Tides of War before. Like this is the first
so
time.
it's exactly it's almost the same shit as HA, but
It's HA with
it
extra
just there's no
spice.
yeah.
Spicy HA.
Basically, yeah. And then actually my first time playing too. I just but then we have Arvix have a lot of accounts, so he has the experience of playing the map before. So I just learned
Mm,
from him.
okay.
And we so there's no kingdom that can get locked in this KvK. And I think I think that people forgot is they have the 1846. Even I think they will fight because 1316 they said they will go all out from what I heard.
Okay.
Yeah, they will go all out to fight. So and then because the map, since the ally is diagonal, so it make it more fun. So it's kind of like we can go any way. Like we can fight 1846, we can fight 1175, or any direction we want. So
Yeah.
it make the map actually more fun that way.
It's
I
a.
think
Mm,
the ally is balanced because 1365 they lost a lot of wells. Like if you really look at them, they lost a whole, like basically two alliance, and then they don't have many, and then they didn't have a migration. Just and then 2489 we didn't have a migration either because we didn't drop Imperium,
oh
and
wow.
then yeah, we didn't have a migration. We actually had people leaving, like Baba leaving tomorrow.
Mm.
Yeah, so we have Baba. We have, and then one of his account already left. He have two account. One is 300 mil,
Oh yeah,
and
his
his main account.
BBTC Addison, or yeah, I remember that's why people are
Yeah,
asking. Like I was streaming yesterday and like, oh, did Baba leave? I'm like, oh, did Baba leave? So
yeah. So
um
so that's why I think the map's still balanced because 13 I think the key to this KvK will be 1316. If you actually if you actually look at them right now,
yeah.
they are a pretty good alliance. They kind of like, I mean, 1188 in a way.
We have like our like 2268 has history with 1316 when they were still an A seed. I mean B seed. We allied them again. Actually, we allied with them against Blackjack in 1021 when they were still there. So, um, which is kind of funny because Blackjack ended up migrating over to your KD. Uh, yeah, they've been a really strong A seed, or really under the radar. I know a lot of X 960 players are from or residing in 1316. So like yeah, they're solid KD. And it's just unfortunate the Diplo situation where one side felt slighted versus the other, where I guess 1846 and their camp felt like, they didn't have a chance in Diplo. It is I guess the what I've been hearing from the community and all that kind of stuff. And they would have
Yeah,
rather
well,
preferred the top versus bottom matchup. Like what are your thoughts on that?
well, during the Diplo, we listen to
Hmm.
all the options.
Yeah,
But like I said, after considering from the map, the KP, the difference, and then I think
the
we
relationship is the biggest thing,
the
right? Like you're,
relationship.
yeah,
Yeah, and then I think what win the most was the relationship. Like honestly speaking, we still have like when we went into the Diplo, we still had our last KvK Discord that we make between 365 and 2489. You know what I mean?
so you didn't even need to make a new ally Diplo Discord
Yeah, we
essentially.
didn't even need to make it like it's like one of those situations, and then no, and then 365 King safe. He like I didn't speak to him a lot until last KvK, but I learned about him last KvK, and I actually respect the guy because he one of those guys that he actually thinks, and I don't think that he would pick like an unbalanced KvK, you know.
Yeah. So, best of
Yeah.
luck to all the sides in that KvK. Hopefully, there's good fights because I think the potential of this KvK is super super high, where a lot of sides could have fun here. I think it's funny though. Like, have you seen have you seen 1079 and they're versing? I
Big,
think they're
big,
versing your tier two. Um,
yeah, my our two domain, I think.
yeah. Or
Our second domain.
1365 second domain, like that's that's kind of crazy.
Yeah,
um
it's pretty funny.
like like well what's like I think that's the biggest thing about the domain system. Like you have a second domain as well, right? Like how do you manage it? Like I'm sure you have lower seed KDs message you about like, hey, ally this, build that. Like what do you even do in that situation for the second domain?
No, I actually, I'm lucky. I don't manage that the second and the third domain.
Yeah, like I could imagine just like GMs flying beat the DC seeds like, please build a flag, do this, do that. Like, bro, we have a whole different KvK to play. So
Yeah,
I think what Rez and Cortex were talking about last stream was like, yeah, like just take out the second and third domain. Like we don't really need farm accounts to be playing in KvK like that, and kind of like I feel like it's unfair to the lower seeds having just these domains that are inactive because they're just a bunch of farms. So and we've seen that in the 960 and
I think
20
it's
20 2605.
the only bad thing about like that I agree with Russ and them. Like maybe take out the third one. The third one is too. It's way too low. Like it's a waste of time for us.
Mhm.
Honestly,
It's a waste of time for you
the third one.
guys. It's a shame for the people in that KvK where it's like their main accounts just fighting, not even fighting essentially. It's just like you're you're playing against farm accounts. Like I don't know. It's just a weird situation. Um, okay, so do you have anything else to bring up about your KvK? Anything you want to talk about or discuss? Like what are your predictions for this KvK? Do you guys what's the percentage chance you'll win this KvK? I guess is my question.
I think honestly speaking, it's about 55-45.
55
The
45. Okay.
to us, yeah.
Okay. Well,
55-45. We like I do agree that we do have a slightly advantage, like a bit slightly advantage,
mhm.
but I don't, but in KvK many crazy shit happens, so you never know until the fight.
Yeah, I think some people might like. I think you guys have a pretty big advantage. Not gonna lie. I mean, we'll have to see the KvK, right? I think it's 70-30, honestly. But I think as long as everyone puts out their all, like you'll never know, right? Like I think one of the biggest
Yeah,
underdog KvK stories, if I could bring, I don't want to, hash
maybe
out.
60-40. I say 60-40
Okay,
around
there you
there.
go.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to open up any old wounds or anything, but like I think the biggest comeback story was that 1188 KvK where when you guys were in Kingsland with the 18, is it 1484? Was your allies in that KvK, the 2v4?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, 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 yeah.
I
I remember. I know. I that KvK was funny. Yeah, I got first stick, and then I got out of Kingsland.
yeah, yeah. I think like that KvK kind of gave people life where it's like, if you just try your heart out and you just keep playing KvKs even if you get kicked out of Kingsland, like, there's still a chance that you might win the KvK as long as you give it
Yeah.
your all, and hopefully both sides in this
Thing
KvK give it their all in a similar
I think
fashion.
even though I lost the KvK, it was one of the most fun KvK I played.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
That Kingsland was
I mean,
like crazy long. Like I remember that Kingsland was like how many days? Like
was-
a week? Maybe like 8 days?
I
So
think it was like over 10 days, bro. Because
10 days.
because we fought literally until like 2 days before last Zik open. I think.
Yeah.
I think it was pretty crazy.
Yeah. So
It was pretty fun. No, but that's KvK was really fun. I actually because like so many crazy stuff. Like that's why, like I said, many crazy shit can happen in KvK, so you never know.
yeah. Well, we'll never know with this upcoming KVK that you guys have. So best of luck with that for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, do you have anything else you want to bring up about your KVK, about Tides? Like what do you think of Tides as a game mode? Have you got in your hands into it? Like have you like I don't even know how it works. So
I actually think not much nothing news. I mean
I think
there's
it
like a few
yeah, I think when the
like a few
fighting
things.
happens, there's like these like extra
Yeah,
things
I
like
mean
I guess you'll
like
have
you
to
can
see when it
build
happens. Yeah.
the fourth factor, and then you cannot that you like there like a few things. Like I think swarming in this KvK is not too good because you have like substitute extra troops in your flag. You can like
Oh,
put extra.
is it the KVK where you could essentially like fill with like extra millions of troops of farm accounts just in the oh yeah, I heard of this.
Yeah,
Mm,
so you cannot swarm the flag. So it's kind
yeah.
of like shitty.
I like a whale kingdom like yourself, like with all of the whales that you got, like yeah, swarming flags is definitely the easiest way to burn things, but having that with like a million farm accounts in the back is probably going to be pretty frustrating. But we'll have to see the mechanics as it plays out. We'll definitely keep an eye out on this KvK in the future on the channel. But yeah, I guess are you ready to go into this little game section I have for the podcast here? Like I'm trying to like at the not like in the midpoint of the podcast here, like where we kind of just play some games. Last week we had Imperium Kingdom blind rankings, and we had Open Field Commander tier list. I'm gonna be trying out some new games with you, if that's okay. Are you ready, Pha?
Yeah, sure.
Alrighty. So I have this game here. I haven't tested it out, so it might be a bit too easy. You are going to be the guinea pig for me, Pha, if that's okay. It's kind of easier. Like if you guys didn't know, Arvix was invited to the pod, but he's busy today, so it's just the Brodom with me and Pha. So I have to adjust the games a little bit, but I have 10 questions here. So these 10 questions, how it works is you will have 10 questions to guess the commander that I have in my head. You could ask any question, but you have 10 guesses or 10 questions to ask. And then hopefully in those 10 questions, you'll be able to get to the commander. It's any commander in the game. So you could ask like, is it an infantry, archer, whatever. And then we'll, hopefully
So basically,
it'll whittle it down so that you can kind of guess the commander. And if you get it in less than 10, then you win. But if you don't get it in 10 questions, then you lose. Are you do you kind of get the rules?
basically, I have 10 questions to guess a commander,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then I have to guess 10 commanders, basically.
No, this is just for one commander.
Okay, okay,
So like this is just to get one commander. So
okay,
um
okay.
you got it?
I get it. Yeah, I got
Alrighty.
it.
So I'm gonna think of a commander in my mind right now, and this one's gonna be a pretty easy one. This is gonna be a test round. Maybe you'll be so good that we could do it in 8 questions or something. We'll see. But yeah, I have the commander in my head, and you could start off with the questions. Like ask any questions you want.
Is it an cavalry?
It is not a cavalry commander.
Is it a infantry?
It is indeed an infantry commander.
Is it a garrison commander?
It is not a garrison commander.
Is this a Chinese commander?
It is not a Chinese commander. Ooh. Give us a rundown of your thought process. Like, what's the thought process here behind the questions?
No, I'm just trying to to narrow down the tier of the commanders. Is it an open field or a rally? And actually, is it a rally commander?
It is not a rally commander.
So it's an open field. Okay. Interesting. Is it Alex?
It is not Alex. That counts as a guess, by the way. Ooh.
This is a pretty fun game. Okay, let's see what other question let's have. What
Oh, I forgot. The questions could only be yes or no questions.
Oh, it could only be a yes or no question. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not. It's open field commander.
Let's go through the list here.
Oh, okay.
Let's
is
go
it
through
a primary actually is it a primary commander?
It can be.
Okay. I think I know the answer. Is this CPO?
Yes, it is CPO.
Okay.
There you go. In 8 guesses. I think 10 questions is a good number here. So you went from you asked if it was cavalry, it's not cavalry. It was inf, not garrison, not Chinese, not rally, not Alex. It can be primary, and then that got you to CPO. CPO. There you go. So let's try again. Let's start it up. That was a pretty easy one. I am going to give a harder commander, if you will. So yeah, let's start up again. I got the commander in my head now.
Okay. Is it leadership commander?
It is not a leadership commander, no.
Is it a cavalry commander?
Oh wow, yeah, it is indeed a cavalry commander.
Is it a rally commander?
Wait, let me sorry. It is not a rally commander. No, I wouldn't rally with this. But some people might, but I wouldn't.
Is it an open field commander?
It is not an open field commander. I mean, I guess that's the best it's good at. So yeah, sure.
Is it a she or he? I mean, is it a female commander, cavalry commander?
It is not. They are not female. They are not female. He is not female.
Okay, so it's a him. Okay. Is he Chinese?
No, he's not Chinese.
Okay. So he's not a rally commander. He's a open field commander. Is he fat?
I mean, he's kind of I think he's kind of plump.
Wait. Interesting. Is he an old commander or a new
He's
commander? Is
very
it an old commander?
he's old. He is old.
Hmm.
Two more
Is
guesses.
is
You
he?
got two more guesses.
Let me ask one last question. Is he the cap commander that everybody hates?
That everybody hates?
Yeah,
No,
that
no.
nobody uses. That
Oh,
nobody uses.
oh yeah, nobody uses this calf commander. Yeah.
Okay, it's Khan. I know it's Khan. Right?
It's not cod. It's Dragon Lancer.
Oh
That's
wait,
a.
no,
I'm
no.
like, I don't know.
Everybody, no. Everybody use it, Lancer, to pick up the rune, bro.
No,
He's
I
the
don't.
best
You use
guy.
Dragon Lancer? I thought you were talking about open field.
Open. Oh, wait. He open Dragon Lancer. You could do open field with him.
I mean, in Zone One, in Civil War, in Zone One. That's why I said
Oh yeah,
open field, kind of like there's. But yeah, that was a tough one. That was the hardest one. So.
yeah. That was a tough one. That was a fun one. That was a fun one.
Oh my goodness. Some people might rally with Dragon Lancer. Yo, I've rallied with Dragon Lancer before for memes. But
That was funny. That was funny. That was funny.
I kind of baited you there. Like the questions are hard because like it's such a meme commander, right? Anyways, let's do one more of this game. Do you want to think of the commander? Like I could ask the questions if you want, and then you could think of the commander.
Sure. I could think of one. Let me see. Mm, okay, I'm ready.
Alrighty. Is it? Ooh, this is tough. Is it a male commander? Like, what? Is it a guy?
Yes.
Okay. Hmm. Is it? No, this is hard. Wait, this is hard, huh? Is
Yeah.
it an infantry commander?
No, it's not.
Not inf. Is it? Ooh. Is it a legendary commander?
Yes, it's a legendary.
Okay. It is a legendary commander.
Actually, a good question. I never I thought about that one.
It is indeed a legendary commander. All right, all right. So legendary commander, not inf, male. Is it?
It's a male.
Mm-hmm. Are they an MGE commander?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So they are part of the MG cycle, MGE commander. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Not infantry, MG commander. So this is what I'm thinking. MG has a cycle. They have infantry, cavalry, archers, and leadership. So I should probably start. Let's ask this: are they available in the daily special offer?
Daily offer. Let me see.
You could check. You could check.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. That was a back. I don't even know who's available in the daily special offer. Not in. Oops. Not in dailies. Alrighty. Okay, so that means it's a new. That means it's a newer commander. I have 5 more questions left. We just got Solomon. So what's after Solomon? Not infantry. Is it a cavalry commander?
No, it is not.
Okay, not cav. All right. So is it a archer commander then?
Yes, it is.
Archer commander in MGE, not in dailies. So it's relatively new. Legendary commander. let me go through the list. We got Ashurbanipal. We have what was before Ashurbanipal? So it's Ashurbanipal with Herman. It was Leung with Henry. Was it Henry? What? Okay. Let me. Is your character white?
Yes, he is white.
Is it Henry?
I think he is. Yeah, yes, he is white.
Okay. Is white. Is it Henry?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. We did it. Let's go. Oh man, that's tough. That's actually there's actually pressure with that, huh? Oh my goodness. Let's go. GG's the chat. Let's go. I'm proud of that. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a tough game. Maybe 10 questions is too little, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that game. I have another one, and it's not really a game. It was hard for me to find 2-player games, so this one's more so a question for you, if that's okay. This next thing is I want to ask if you could make a tier list, because you played the game for a while, right? You've been in some pretty crazy KvKs. Like, in your opinion, what are the top 5 kingdoms that you versed in your time in Rise of Kingdoms? Like, you could give us the KD and then the year you played them in, or like, I don't know, like just give us context behind that KD if that's possible, starting from 5 going to 1. Is that, you got it?
The 5 kingdom that I play against,
like the 5 strongest kingdoms that you versed in your opinion. Like, this is
okay.
Yeah. Okay, starting with number 5.
Number 5 would be,
and then if possible, give us like context behind that KvK and like your experience in it.
Which actually, let me think back, because I had so many KvKs.
True.
Actually, number 5 would be let's say 1365. I played them once, but the reason why I ranked them number 5 is because they are a strong kingdom. But then in that KvK, it was FFA.
Oh,
and then,
yeah, that was the one that you guys focused down 1254.
So we
right?
focused. Yeah, we focused 1254. So so like I would say they ranked number 5 because we did not have a chance to fight them a lot, but they are a strong kingdom. Yeah, but then when we had a chance to fight them, they were strong. At that time, the Tekken, they had like 4 or 5 alliances, and then I wasn't. So it was one of the crazy KvK I had.
There you go. So 1365 in slot number 5 in the FFA KvK. If I remember correctly, as a Rise of Kingdoms historian, I guess, that was 1254, and 1875 was the water camp in that KvK, if I remember correctly. So, all right.
1875.
Yeah. Okay. What is kingdom number 4?
The number 4 would be last KvK, 1846.
1846. 20. That's 2023, right? There you
1846.
go. Yeah, okay, give us some rundown of that KvK. Like, you guys versed is a heroic anthem. You and 1365 versus 1846, 1079, 1175, and 1188, if I remember correctly. Like the super cracked water camp in that KvK. Like, what were the battles like against Makote, and I'm not sure if Laguna was still there, but yeah, give us a rundown.
Um, I think that's KvK 1846. They were very active during the European time. They were very strong. Me, 2489 and 1846. We were kind of like evened out. Even though we in Kingsland, I think we kind of have the advantage a little
Mm-hmm.
bit, but the water cam were very strong. So in the
Yeah,
end, we lost the KvK.
yeah.
But I think 1846 was one of the strong kingdom that I play against.
There you go. Okay. Kingdom number 3. What is the third kingdom in this ranking? I guess I should have told you this in advance, but this is just off the top. This is just boys talking. If we were in like a barber shop and like I asked you this question randomly.
Um, Let me think. Can I think the next strongest kingdom that I've heard that make a very big impression on me is can it be like a camp? I think five kingdom is not enough. Honestly, let's
Mm.
say three. The
Wait,
number
wait,
three would be 1188 and 1525. That camp.
1188, 1525. Oh, and that KvK. 2v4 Orleans. Yeah, I guess we could put strongest camps. Everest. There you go. Quick
Well, no,
little adjustment, but yeah, give us a rundown of that Orleans. I think that was probably one of the craziest Orleans I've seen, because Siege of Orleans, if you guys don't know, the Kingsland opens before the past sevens, right? So, or past eights. So in Orleans KvK, usually those passes don't really mean much, but those passes for them actually won them the KvK, because the allies on the right side, if I remember correctly, in 2010 in their camp was able to go over to the left side and then eventually push you guys out of Kingsland. Like, give us a rundown of that KvK and I guess the marathon that it was.
well, that KVK actually we actually it was my first time playing Siege of the Orleans,
Yeah, yeah.
and I didn't think that we would experience the actual fucking siege of
The siege.
Orleans.
You actually got the siege of Orleans. Historic
Yeah,
events.
we actually experienced the name of the map, because it was it was a very fucking interesting KVK to me because I thought we won the KVK. And
Yeah.
and then we won the Zik and everything, and we actually went into that KVK very confident because we had a pretty good fucking migration and everybody was ready to go, and I think my account was the strongest ever. I had like the most speed up in that KVK. I
And then
think everything was yeah, I think everything was like going well until I think like I said that's why I said the strongest cam because 1180 actually I think 1188 as a kingdom in that KBK they just never gave up. They
yeah.
just fucking they
Yeah.
just kept coming, and then as for us we got tired. And then there was four camps, and then there were two. There was us and 1484. 1484 got tired, and we got tired, and it was just too much going on, and it was fighting like every day for like it was 14. I think we were fighting like for 14 days. I don't even know how many days we fought in that KBK, but
Mhm.
that and then I didn't know. The one thing I did not know is about that past seven. I was like, when we lost the past seven, I was like, oh, I don't think it's a big deal. That's the first thing I thought in my head. And then
Usually it's
and
not.
then when
In most KVKs, it's
yeah,
not.
I was like, I don't think it's a big deal, right? So I only put two. So we only put two fort there, and then I thought about it. I was like, wait. actually a fucking big deal because now they can get to the fucking, and now and then when I look at the map, the 2010 they cover on the right side, and then 79 they go to the left side, and then it was literally the fucking siege of Orleans, but everybody was coming to us.
Yeah, you guys are literally getting sieged down, and sieged down to the point where you got tired and had to capitulate. So definitely.
We actually fought to our last flag in the, like,
Mhm.
it's funny. It was funny that our land got all disconnected, and then on Kingsland we only had the one fort left to hold the flag in Kingsland. So we held the fort for one day, so for our flag, and after that we just say fuck it, and they took and then the zig, we just fought for the first zig, and then after we got the first zig we all left.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that was a fun KvK though.
yeah. That was. I remember, like, I didn't even want to spectate. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, that KvK should be, I wasn't
Yeah.
thinking it was gonna be easy, but like I was pretty confident in your KDs, and then the opponents just were relentless with their pursuit. So kudos to them. 1188, 1525 in the third slot. So what's number two?
Number two is 1960 that I had a KvK with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's I think one of the first. If I remember correctly, that KvK is one of the first
That
Warriors
that was my
Unbounds. Is
second.
that?
Yeah, that was one of the first Warrior Unbound, and that was my second KvK with with 2489.
Mm-hmm.
And we won actually, like very new kingdom, very like new program kingdom. So that matchup was kind of messed up because we signed up with the total was like, I think it was 4 or 5 Imperium, but then they kind of split up. They split up into two,
Yeah,
like, two maps.
yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that was it was 1307, and was it 1307 1093 that was also in that map? I'm
Yes,
not.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. I think there was, and then I think there was another one too, but then they got all split up into the map. So that map, we in 1960 decided, to just do our solo whatever. We just fight 1-on-1 for fun, and then share the Kingsland together. So that KvK, a lot of people counted out a loss, but to me it was just kind of like a friendly matchup. We ended up in Kingsland and everything. So, but fighting with 1960, we lost against them though, because they was a pretty fucking crazy kingdom, man. Fighting,
yeah,
I feel like they just never sleep.
yeah. They never sleep. Is Warriors Unbound also being that KvK mode where it really promotes open fielding and all that stuff, because you can't fort wall like you can at other KvKs. In case you don't know, Warriors Unbound being that KvK where you could only build forts next to holy sites. It's the KvK that 960 and 1093, 2605 just played in. So yeah, it's definitely a really tough KvK to verse 960, and I can imagine as 2489.
Yeah.
What is the number one camp you versed
I think
in Rise of Kingdoms?
I think the number one kingdom. I think everybody know this kingdom, and this kingdom actually gave me the most fun memory in Rise of Kingdom is 1254.
There you go. 1254. The rivalry between you two. I
Yeah,
feel like you guys played a bunch of KvKs over and over and over again.
we
To the
actually played exactly 3 KBK 1 year together.
mhm. What, three
Yeah, and
KvKs
it
in one
was
year? Is that what you said?
no 3 KBK back to back to back.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That's crazy. So, a lot of respect. I mean, I remember I was talking to Resin Cortex about 1556, and they were like, at the time, like you always it's like trash talk your opponents that you verse all the time over and over and over again. But once they're gone, like once you guys were gone, like they missed you. Like they were like, yeah,
I mean, 1254, and back then I was five. It was like five. I was in 556. It was like 556 and 254 love story back in the
yeah.
day. It was Dima's dad. But
Uh-huh.
actually, I think it was me and Bunny. We talk in Discord and stuff. We laugh about it all the time. Like, this shit is fun, and we just kick the shit out of each other. Like, I really miss the Bunny, like Rush and them too. Like, it was really fun. Like, even though we won some, we lost some doing the those KvK, but those KvK make my memories of Rise of Kingdom game, like
For sure.
254, those guys, and 556, those KvKs. They actually was the most fun that I had.
For sure. Yeah. Like once you have that in the moment type of thing where it's like there's this rivalry, but at the end of the day, when you look back, you just have a respect for everyone that played in 3 KvKs. Like, what were the 3 KvKs you played with each other? I know the free for all, which I'm guessing was the last KvK.
It was I think we play two F it was two Strive of A and one HA.
Yeah,
And then yeah, one we had ally with A46 and 1093. We the one with A Imperium. That's the first A Imperium
KvK.
KvK ever.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And then after that, we did a rematch. In HA, it was an FFA.
yeah.
And then after that, we did another Strife.
There you go. A
Yeah.
lot of respects to 1254 from do you have any honorable mentions that you want to bring up before we wrap up this strongest camp you versed, or changing of the orders, or are you content with how it looks right now?
No, I mean, one honorable mention that I would bring up is that the one of the reason why that brought me to 15562 is that before I played with 1556 and 1093 camp. They was in one camp,
Mm-hmm.
and they was a very strong camp E2. So to
So
me, it's and that was one of the reason why it brought me to 1556. So to me, it's one of the most important turning point
it was
in Rise.
1556 and 1093 in a camp.
Yes.
Whoa, that sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah.
um
So that
uh,
was the crazy camp. So my Rise of Kingdom live been rough, bro.
Yeah, look at the KDs you've played against. It is a Thanos. It is literally like you're collecting an all-star list of kingdoms here. We could go ahead. Honorable mentions: 556, 1093.
Yeah.
Fifth spot we have 1365 in the FFA KvK. We have 1846 in the 2023 KvK in that heroic anthem. We got 1188 and 1525 in the 2v4 Siege of Orleans. We got 960 in the Warriors Unbound. Let me just put that in there. Warriors. We got 960 in the Warriors Unbound, and then we got 1254 for all of the memories and all of the KvKs you've had. So there you go. Strongest camps you've versed. Appreciate it for opening up. I kind of brought that out of nowhere, but it was definitely very informational for the viewers, and for me as well. So I'm gonna be opening up to viewer questions. I'm gonna let you take control of the chat. Like I don't want to. I want to make sure like you want to answer all of the questions that are in the chat and all that kind of stuff. So if you have any questions for Pho, feel free to put them in the chat. He'll read it out and answer them. Yeah, like let's see. Do you like Pho? How do you say it? Pho or Pho?
Fuck.
Pho. Nah, I've been saying it right. Nice. And you say your name the same. You say your name the same way, right? Pho.
Yes. It's the
There you
same
go.
way.
Um, so you can start reading questions at your leisure, Fa.
Favorite KvK format? I would say Stride of the Eight. Or actually Siege of the Orleans. That was my favorite one. And where did Dark Nation go? They actually went with me to 556, and then some of them left to a new kingdom. Is it possible to say to go to 2268? Maybe one day, maybe.
I
That's
mean,
the
it's funny because like it's kind of fun messages Panther or it's like, yo, come to 2489, and then we just like reverse Unocard him like, no, you you come to 2268. So
How about
the
we vice versa? One KvK we come, and then we next KvK you
we
come.
just migrate every KvK just back and forth, no skips, so that we can get as many crystals as possible. You know what? If I was well enough, maybe, but Imperium makes that impossible. Um,
Let's see. What are your 7 March setup in current meta? Actually, I just follow Seawell, bro.
Actually, yeah, me too. Actually,
I just follow Seawell.
did you hear Sewell's? It's just a rumor. Again, this is just a rumor.
I
But
think
I heard
quitting,
he's
right?
quitting. Right? Oh man,
I heard a lot of 960.
that's such a big blow if Sewell's quitting because I don't know who to get my tier lists off of now, like my March.
I heard a lot of 960s are quitting.
Yeah,
Will
yeah.
2489 remain one fighting a lion kingdom or filled up choose a lion, or will 24 merge with? No, we will not merge with any kingdom. That's number one. And yes, we will remain one fighting alliance from now on because of the new system, and it's just easier to that way.
Yeah, easy to get out of Imperium, get migration in, get a matchup. For sure.
Yeah.
Let me bring up Dino Master because he donated the 5 buccarinos. Appreciate the support this stream, by the way, guys.
Oh,
Um,
sorry. I didn't see that.
no, you're good.
So
You're good.
how is the 1975 KvK with your second accounts? Much love from 1973. Oh, thank you. 1973. We actually in that KvK we are doing okay. We won the first zone, but our opponent is pretty strong. 18. I mean, I think a lot
Oh
of people
yeah,
know the
yeah.
kingdom.
I remember them
Yeah,
from Call of Dragons. The
yeah, yes. That's the so they are pretty strong kingdom, and that's our opponent. And and I think we will have, and then they also have a pretty strong ally too.
Mhm.
1648, I think they all. That's a lot of Vietnamese kingdom in that KvK. So actually a fun KvK because it's like a friendly KvK. So
Friendly but friendly competition is the best type.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I think that's it for the question, right?
Yeah. Do you have any? You don't want to answer any more questions? It's all up to you, man.
Um, bro, your best memory so far playing this game? Mm, I think my best memory, I just said it earlier, was with playing with 1254 and playing with in 556, building the kingdom with Good Father and everybody. I think though that was
Good
the best
father.
memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, but right now I'm building, new memories, new best memory in 2489. So we welcome anybody if they want to come, if they want to come build some good memory with us. We're waiting for you, Plato.
Hey, Fanta's here too. Oh my goodness. Who do you like more, me or Plato? Said Fa. I mean, said Black Panther to Fa. That's funny.
I would love both of you, Black Panther and Ploto, if you guys to us.
That's like the
Okay.
dad response right there. Like, oh, I love all my children the same. Like, I love all my potential migrants the same.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I would
Oh.
love you both. Okay, I think that's it for the question.
Alrighty. Well,
Yeah.
Fa, appreciate you for coming through episode number 2 of the Ploto Pod. Thank you so much for making it a success. Thank you to everyone that came out for this podcast. Shout out to Alex for the 11 months, Furious for the 250 euro, That's MXG with the €6 and Dino Master for the $5. Greatly appreciated. All the support means the world, especially since I've gone full time in content creation. And hopefully, this was a good pod. And I hope you have a great KvK, a great experience in 2489, and hopefully you enjoyed yourself in this podcast. Appreciate you for coming through, man.
So thank you for having me, and good luck in your kingdom. And
yeah, appreciate it.
Thank you for thank you for the time. I had fun.
There you go. I guess like if you want to go to 2489, they'll be having migration after this KvK. Be sure to message Fa in game in 2489, and he'll get you some. I mean, he probably DM'd you honestly if you're 10 billion plus KP or more. So just respond to his DMs, and he'll get you suited up in one of the best KDs in Rise of Kingdom. So appreciate you, Fa. I'll catch you guys later. We'll have another episode of the Ploto podcast next weekend, next Saturday. It will be a weekly thing. And I appreciate Fa for adding to the star-studded cast of this Ploto pod. And yeah, I'll definitely be making videos and shorts of this podcast as well, so you can look forward to that. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
Okay, thank you. Have a good night.